Hey everybody, good morning. Happy Thursday. Can you believe we made it a Thursday already? Where has this week gone? This week has been very, very fast. So hope that you're doing well. Hope that you and your families are well in your part of the world. Really grateful that I get to spend some more time with all of you talking about data science and anything else you guys want, right? I like to keep these live streams informal. I love to see the questions that all of you come up with. And I like to see where the conversation takes us, and so far that has worked out really well. All of you bring out some really good topics, really good questions. So I'm grateful that we get to spend the time together. I just can't get over how fast this week has gone. I guess maybe I've just been a little busier than usual. I'm seeing a lot more client activity. I did a great career consultation earlier this week. So I guess that just kind of has me kind of surprised how quickly the week has gone. So I hope that you're well. I hope that you're safe. And let's talk data science. So for those of you that are new, I do ask people to introduce themselves. Please let us know your city, state, province, country. Easy way for you to participate. Easy way for us to keep the chat inclusive and let everybody just kind of have their say, right? Because sometimes people can feel intimidated participating in a live stream, and maybe even more so intimidated when it's something where people feel like they have to have some amazing data science question or something else, right? So feel free to introduce yourself. Let us know your city, state, province, country, and we'll go from there. By the way, I refer that to as my global roll call. And then sometimes I will give an opening note. Sometimes I won't. It just depends. It just depends on how, if there's anything on my mind or different things. And then after that, I have an article that we can discuss. That I kind of publish out on our Discord, or I'm also open to your questions. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with, any data science related items that you want to talk about. I'm happy to help with those. But really, you guys set the agenda, right? I cannot tell you how much I enjoy just being able to come on and just answer any questions, right? Because I don't know what you guys are going to ask. So that's really, you guys being a part of this and you guys asking your questions is kind of what makes it fun for me. So I'm open to your questions today. If you're looking for something that's a little bit more formal instruction, then I invite you to also join us on Sundays. Sundays is when I have a series of tutorials. Right now, we're in the middle of a tutorial series for how do you create a data science project from beginning to end, from the very beginning to the very end, right? So that's what we're working on right now. I think it's turning into a really great series. This weekend will be part 6, I believe. And we probably still have a few parts to go. I think it'll be 10 parts is what it's going to look like. So you're welcome to join us for that too. So again, if you join late, let me know your city, state, province, country. Easy way for you to participate. All right, so I'm already seeing a couple of people. So Starry Vibes, let us know where you're from, okay? Let us know your city, state, province, country, please. Rex, my good friend Rex, such a consistent attendee. Really appreciate you, Rex. Rex says it's beautiful and sunny in New York City. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Rex. So Rex, let me know the temperature out there, because I know that sunny in New York City doesn't always mean warm, right? I mean, global warming is what it is, and I know it's getting warmer. But, it can be sunny and like 30 degrees in New York City, right? So let us know. Let us know how that's looking out there in New York. But I hope you're well, Rex. I know that we've discussed some of your studies in the past, so I hope that your studies are going well. If there's anything we can help you there with, Rex, please let us know, okay? So I am going to double check some of my, I didn't start up my Instagram chat. So let me Modify. Give me just a second here. Okay. So I apologize that I didn't start up my Instagram chat. Ham Zaro? Oh gosh, there's a couple of people on Instagram. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so Pujan8993, thanks for joining. I think it's your first time here, so thank you so much. So Pujan8993 says, I am from India, Anand. Nice to meet you, Dennis. Okay, Anand, welcome. Nice to meet you too. Glad you're here. I'm gonna come back to your question, Anand, okay? Ham Zara says, I'm from Morocco. I live in France. Cool, welcome. Quite a few viewers from Morocco. So my name is Hamza. Okay, Hamza. Hamza from Morocco, living in France. Cool, welcome. Glad to see you here. Hope you're doing well. Hamza asked, is this recorded? Yes, it is. The recordings are best found on YouTube. In my live section, you can find all of my streams. At this point, I've done quite a few streams. Maybe approaching 150 streams. Maybe more. But yeah, if you want to watch that, or if you want to watch my tutorial series, want to get caught up to get ready for Sunday, it's all on YouTube, okay? So Anon asks, hi Dennis, what advice you give to 21-year-old who has started a career in tech and AI and ML, and as in future every job is going to be taken by AI? I am scared. I don't know how to cope with it. Sure. Anand, I think you're expressing a very common fear, right? I think a lot of us have that fear. As a matter of fact, if you look at yesterday's stream, we were talking about an example where Perplexity came in and said, well, maybe we can take over some of these striking jobs for the New York Times writers and data analysis people that had gone on strike. So in many ways, it's kind of like it's already happening, right? So yeah, I think there definitely are reasons to be worried about that, but preparation, right? Preparation is going to be key. You should no longer think of yourself as just a data scientist. You should think of yourself as a data scientist that is now heavily aided by AI, right? Thinking of yourself in that way is the most beneficial way to get started now. Work on your prompting skills, work on projects that you are heavily assisted by ChatGPT. So if you come to our Sunday classes, you can see that on Sundays, we don't write any code. We treat ChatGPT as our employee and we ask it to write the code. You shouldn't be starting from the blank screens. If you start from a blank screen, you're behind, right? So keep that in mind, okay? I hear you. I'm empathetic to your fears. I think all of us kind of share that fear, but start being prepared. It just means that the role, the duties of a data scientist are going to be different. That doesn't mean that data scientists aren't going to exist, okay? Along with that, as a final thought, also work on your creativity. Work on the things that AI cannot do. AI is not necessarily creative, right? The human mind will still be the creative element behind data science projects, data science implementations. So what are the steps you can do to be more creative in your data science work? Okay? But thank you for that, Anan. I appreciate your candor. I appreciate you being honest about, hey, this is something I'm worried about, and I think it's a valid fear. So thank you for that. Manoj, your good friend Manoj says, good morning, Sir Dennis and everyone from Bangalore, India. Good morning to you too, Manoj. Hope you're doing well out there. Let us know how you're doing out there in Bangalore. Hassan, we ask people to introduce themselves. Let us know your city, state, province, country. Yeah, let us know where you're from first, and then I'll look at your question, okay? Rex says it's 68 degrees, not common for this time of year around here. 68 in November. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's very warm, Rex. So geez, sunny and 68. Oh man, that means New York is just beautiful today. Yeah, guys, if you don't know, New York in the fall, September, October, November, December. There's no better place on the planet. New York is beautiful during that time of the year. Starry Vibes says, I'm from Morocco. Welcome, Starry Vibes. I think it's your first time joining us. So let us know how you're doing. Are you a student? Are you a professional in the field? Let us know. Let us know how you're doing out there in Morocco. And let us know what part of Morocco. It's a big, beautiful country. You can't just tell us Morocco, right? Okay, so Hamza says, thank you. That's interesting. Yeah, feel free to join us on Sundays if you'd like, okay? Hamza also asks, I'm an AI engineering student in dual program. I'm in France, and I'm looking for an internships. I did multiple projects and internships. What advice can you give me? Well, what problems are you having? Right? You'd have to be more specific on that. Tell me about your previous internships. Like you actually finished them, or you applied to them? Let me know. Give me some more information. I really can't guide you unless you give me a little bit more about your past there. And also, if you want to say what kind of projects, let me know. Okay? But of course, only share what you're comfortable sharing. Manoj says, I'm doing good here, sir. How are you? I'm doing well, Manoj. Thank you so much for asking. Doing really well. It's a beautiful day out where I live. Yesterday, it was super windy out here. You guys know that I go walking. I try to exercise every day, but I don't like walking in the wind. I can do it in the cold or in the heat, but when it's windy, it's so tough, right? But I got out there. I didn't do a long work, and I still got a couple miles in, but not easy in the wind, guys. Not easy in the wind. Sarvesh, our good friend Sarvesh says, hello, Dennis. Hey, Sarvesh, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome. Always good to see you in the chat. Hope you're doing well out there, my friend. Let us know how you're doing. Let us know what's going on in the world of Sarvesh, okay? Yeah, I think there's only one other person that we're waiting to introduce themselves. But again, if you're joining late or if you're shy, let us know your city, state, province, country, and then I'm happy to answer your questions, as much as you'd like. I'm here for you guys, so just let me know, okay? All right, so, give me just a second. Why am I getting... I'm sorry, guys. It looks like I'm seeing some messages on Instagram that aren't quite making it to my stream YouTube feed. So I don't know why that is. But Hamza says... Weird. Hamza says, can I get with you in the live to talk more? No, Hamza. I really don't allow that. The people who ask for that are usually just want to promote something, usually some weird app or whatever that they want to promote, and I don't do that. And also, it doesn't really work because I stream on multiple platforms. So even if I were to let you in on the Instagram platform, it doesn't let other people do it. But if you want to write it, it says that you're willing to write it. Go ahead and write it. That's certainly fine. But yeah, let me know. Yeah, guys, for some reason, my chats are all screwed up today for some reason. Weird. So I'll do my best to try to keep an eye on all my chats, make sure everybody's messages are coming through. Let me quickly check my YouTube chat. Okay, YouTube seems to be okay. All right, sorry guys. Technical issues this morning. All right, so sometimes I like to include an article for discussion. And I'd like to do that because it's good to look at machine learning items. It's good to look at data science items. For those of you that are newer in the field, you don't know what to do, you don't know how to start, you're confused, you're this, you're that, just start reading articles about the data science industry. Data science is not just Python and all this other stuff. Data science is also an industry. It's a profession. So if you want something that you can do today, right now, start going to news sites, pick anyone, doesn't matter, and start reading about the industry. Integrate yourself as a professional by doing that. So that's why I bring up these articles, because I'm constantly on the lookout for different articles that relate to machine learning or data science or neural networks or whatever, right? So do that. And that's what I'm trying, that's the habit that I'm trying to introduce here, okay? So let me bring up my my view here. So this is the article I want to discuss today. I don't know this news website. I really just kind of found it today, and I really don't care, right? As long as the article seems decent, I'm interested, right? Because I'm a professional working in the industry, so I should be interested. So this is talking about online casinos. It caught my attention because it's a unique application of machine learning. I've also had a little bit of a background working for gaming companies. One of my long-standing clients is a gaming company. You know, here in the U.S., they do both physical casinos and online gaming. You know, in some parts of the U.S. So it caught my eye because of the dynamic bonuses, right? And there's also a couple of different little twists that are unique to the gaming industry overall, and we might talk about that a little. Okay? I also like this article because it breaks down different things that I think are beneficial no matter who you end up working for or what project you're working on, okay? So I'm gonna do my best to try to extract those out of there, all right? So let's start looking at this. They are talking about how, and by the way, if you need me to zoom on anything, let me know. I think maybe I need to zoom this just, I think that might help. Yeah. So this is talking about tougher competition and how their personalization of their product offerings, particularly around their bonuses, is something that they can use as a differentiator to help them retain more customers, right? Get more customers and retain them. So that's making the business case for why you would even want to use machine learning. And that's a pretty good business case to start off with, right? So they are using machine learning algorithms to predict player preferences and provide them with relevant offers. You could get that straight out of an assignment that a client gives you, right? Like that's exactly what a client could give you. Hey, you know, this is what I do. Let me know what's the best way to maximize my return from my customer. Right? Pretty standard so far. So here they're basically talking about the general approach that they're going to take, right? Machine learning allows casinos to delve into a player's journey and create tailor-made bonuses in real time. So that's kind of like their overarching goal as the machine learning consultant, right? So this is the like where you would be in that job. This is your guiding light. How can you figure out the player's journey and how can you customize their bonuses in real time? Let's talk about this table here. the first two columns might be what a client gives you. This is where we're at now. These are the use cases that we have, essentially, right? For those who don't know, these would be known as the use cases. Very common for a business to start off by telling you that. By saying, hey, this is where we're at with the use case. That's the first two columns, right? You, as the data science expert, as the data science consultant, whatever, would be expected to come up with the third column. So if this is your first time seeing a use case, or you're not comfortable with a use case, you would need to get comfortable with something like this. More importantly, you need to get comfortable with this third column. Because the third column might be what also separates you from your competition, from other data scientists out there. This is part of that creativity in data science. This is where the company is now. This is where I, the data scientist, want to take your company. So that third column, super important for all of you to get comfortable with. Here, I understand where you're at, but here's how I'm going to change your business. So Anand, coming back to your question, that's the stuff that AI can't quite do yet. Maybe it'll reach that level of intelligence, but that's where you, the data scientist, are still making yourself very, very useful in light of the advancements in AI, right? That's where you can still say, hey, I'm going to be assisted by AI, heavily assisted by AI, but I'm still bringing you, my client, value because I'm still doing the things that AI can't do. I'm still being creative. I'm still being the architect of the entire solution. I'm still providing you with good documentation. I'm still providing you with friendly service. I'm still presenting myself to you in a professional way, right? Those are the things that AI can't do. Mawama, we ask people to introduce themselves. Let us know your city, state, province, country, okay? All right, so very important chart for you guys to think about. Because these use cases and what you come up with for the data science side, that's basically your competitive advantage. What separates you from AI, from other data scientists, so on and so forth. Okay? All right. So here's what they're doing, right? They've told you what they're going after. This is the actual process. This is the how, right? And what they're saying is that they're going to work on data collection, pattern recognition, and personalized engagement. I like this. I like this because you know that I always emphasize with all of you that you should be following a methodology. What is the methodology that you're following? Right? And this is basically what they're laying out, right? We're going to collect the data. We're going to look for patterns within the data. And and then based on those patterns, we're going to create personalized engagement functions that meet the goals up here. So this article is very well written in that regard. This is the what we're going to do, and then this is the how we're going to do it. That's pretty good. That's a very well laid out article. You could be using something similar for your own articles when you describe your processes, your projects, your personal studies, right? Your personal research, right? This is a very, very good article. Yassine, our good friend Yassine from Tangier. Hello, Yassine. How are you? Sorry for being late. Can you please give a general idea of what we are doing today? So Yassine, today we are looking at an article that's coming from online casinos, online gaming, talking about how they're using machine learning to predict player preferences, player bonuses in real time, things along those lines. So, I know not everybody has an interest in gaming and gambling. I understand that I have viewers from all over the world where it's not popular in every culture. But if we look at it from a machine learning perspective, I think there's a lot of good things in this article that we can all learn from. Okay, so that's where we're at, Yassine. Moama says, data analyst, UAE, Dubai. Welcome, Moama. I think it's your first time here, so welcome. Moama says, In Musab al-Sad. Sorry, Moama, I don't know what that means. Is that your name? I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. If you could please clarify. Okay. So again, this is the what they want to do, and then down here they're describing the how, which I like, right? They're going to give us a little bit of more of an example of how casinos can use the actual new dynamic bonuses that they're introducing, right? So they're saying some casinos are now using machine learning to send real-time bonus offers based on the current activity. If the player is winning, they might receive a bonus to try a different game, right? Hey, you won here, maybe you want to try this also, right? If your player is losing, they'll basically give them a discount, right? They'll give them a discount on their losses. Make them feel a little better, right? Prevent them from leaving or going to another casino, right? Anything to get them to stay, basically, right? So that's an interesting application. There's also some options based on the method of deposits that they used, right? Transferring money is a lot more expensive than most people think it is. I've done some work on this as far as how you move money across gaming sites and other businesses. And there's a lot of payment gateways you have to go through. Some have more than others, but each one of those gateways charges a fee at some point, right? So maybe if somebody deposits via a low fee option, there's a reason to give them a bonus there too, right? So something to think about, right? So now let's look at this. I want you guys to think, let me just kind of scroll ahead here. Yep, this is the end of the article. I want you guys to think about this. What is this? I know some of you may not be familiar with gaming, right? But there is a name for the table that you're seeing up here. And honestly, this table alone is why I wanted to cover this article. Because I want you guys to take a meta view of what we're looking at here. What does this table represent? There's a name for this in data science. What do you guys think? There's a name for this in data science. What is the name of a table like this? Yassine says, thank you, sir. Thank you, Yassine. Appreciate you being here. Moama says, it's my first time. It would be a pleasure to look at how the high level approach to data science. You're in the right place. You're in the right place. That's exactly what I do. Not just high level, but real world, right? This is real world data science. That's the experience that I give. I'm not one of those idiot influencers that lets AI make my content. I give you guys real world information. So you're in the right place. Keep coming back. Feel free to join us on YouTube if you want to get a wider screen view. It's up to you. Leo, good morning, Leo. How are you? Now I know why I'm so late. It's 10:30 in New York City now. Yeah, Leo, because of the daylight savings or whatever here in the US, my stream does start an hour earlier, right? Well, for the US people. I'm always going to start at 1500 GMT, period. That's always my guiding light. When is 1500 GMT? That's when I stream. So right now, that is 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. New York time. But when we switch our clock again, it'll go back to the 8 a.m. that we were doing, or 8 a.m., 11 a.m. that you might be used to. So yeah, Leo, in case you hadn't noticed that, it is 1 hour earlier because of the daylight savings, right? I mean, in the US, we changed our clocks, but that's not true for everyone. GMT is always just GMT, right? And I try to be international, and I know most people use GMT as the international standard, so that's why I do that. Osama says, hello, sir. Sorry for being late. Hope everything is going well. Everything's going really well, my friend. Yeah, don't worry about being late, guys. You guys can come and go, I say that because I don't want people to feel shy about coming back. Like, I get people who apologize to me, like in private messages, telling me, oh, I'm sorry I missed your class. And it's like, it's not a class. I'm just hanging out talking. So don't let that keep you guys from joining, I'd hate to lose somebody as a viewer because they were too shy or embarrassed because they missed a couple sessions. Like, don't even worry about it, guys. But glad you're here, Osama. Hope everything well is out there in Satan. Leo says, yeah, I totally missed that. But Leo, I posted this in the chat, right? I posted that in the chat about how I had changed the times a little bit for US people. At least I think I did. Okay, guys. So again, the question in front of us, while I'm looking at the other ones, is what is the name for something for this table? There is a name in data science analytics for a table like this. If you don't know it, you should. So hang out and watch for people's answers. I'm going to give you the answer. But what is the name for a table like this? Very important concept in data science, guys. Yassine says, I don't have any knowledge of the field, but this seems like a decision tree logic. Maybe, Yassine. You're close, but go a little further. Go a little further. Leo says, we just respect. I appreciate that, Leo, but I don't want people to miss out or stop coming because of that. But I appreciate that. Thank you. Moama says, I'm trying to get some knowledge of the most effective data science approaches. While my major is a bit complicated, I used to analyze criminals for a decade. Oh, very cool. Very cool. So when you say your major, are you talking about like a graduate level study, I assume? It sounds like you already have quite a bit of work experience, right? So let me know. Let me know. Starry Vibes, let us know where you're from, okay? We always ask people to introduce themselves, city, state, province, country. Manoj, we respect. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you for that. But again, I just want people to keep coming back, keep learning, keep growing the field, right? That's ultimately my goal. So yeah, just keep on coming back, guys. Leo says object class. No, it's not technical, guys. This isn't technical. This is more about the planning and the part of the deliverables that you would give to your client, right? Or maybe sometimes your client provides you this as an initial starting point. Moama says work experience data science as a bachelor degree isn't such as in Western countries. So you're doing data science via work experience? I thought you said you were in a major. While my major is a bit complicated. Or are you referring to a major that you had previously? In your countries, it's an old major, and it's okay, well, what's the major? Moama, I'm not sure what major you're referring to, like some sort of criminal studies or data science? Sorry, but something's getting lost here in the messaging. I used to analyze criminals for a decade. Okay, but was that your major or something else? Sorry, I guess I'm a little confused. All right, guys, so let's get back to this article in this table. This table, very common, is what's known as a customer segmentation table. Who are your customers and what are their attributes? You're going to hear it as customer segmentation, customer profiling, customer avatar, customer 360 view, different things, right? These are the types of starting points that you're going to need in order to work with clients effectively, right? Customer segmentation may also start a project. That might be part of your initial discussions with a client, right? What are your customer segments that you currently have, and what is your perception of them? Because again, when they come back and tell you that, they're telling you their biases about their customers. And that's really powerful as a data scientist, right? Or I think in this case, yeah. So in this case, here are some of the most popular dynamic bonuses created by machine learning. So in this case, also, this could be your deliverable. This could be your final deliverable to your clients. And say, here's the customer segments you thought you had, but here's the customer segments that machine learning says you should have. Because that's basically what this table is showing. But this table could have just been what your client gave you initially, right? So really important for you to understand a table like this. Now, I know that this table is specific to the gaming industry, the casino industry, but you could be using it the same, the pattern is the same, right? What is the name of the customer segment? What are the attributes of those customers? This is how old they are. This is where they live. This is how long they've been a customer. This is their level of education. Do they have children? Do they not? So on and so forth, right? These are the attributes of that class. And then how should you handle that class? What are the machine learning and business recommendations for how to work with that segment of customer? So again, casino related article, but the pattern here, super valuable for data science. I really like the way this article is laid out because they display the problem, they showed you the what they wanted to do, they showed you the how, and then now in this table is the final result, and it's a customer segmentation deliverable that can be very powerful, right? Like this is right here, this could be your final deliverable to your client, and that's it, right? You're not a business team, you're a data science team. You leave it up to them to implement. But if you follow the pattern that's here in this article, you'd have a pretty decent data science engagement on your hands, right? That's a pretty good deliverable. And then obviously, you know, as I keep on stressing with you guys, that the methodology that you take is important, because your client could come back to you and say, okay, show me why slot fans, right? The customer segment of slot fans should be treated in this way. What is the analytics, the rationale, the methodology that lets us see that as a true statement? And that's where you go back into your research and say, hey, this is the algorithm, this is the model, these are the experiments that we ran. This was the champion model, and we think that these metrics that resulted from that model are going to give you X, Y, and Z, right? But I want you guys to keep on thinking about a table like this, because a lot of your projects in the future are either going to start and or end here, right? That's pretty common for most consulting engagements that you would have in data science. All right. All right. So I hope that gives you a little bit of a different view the next time you go to read an article, because again, I'm encouraging all of you to please be in the business of data science, right? Have a news site, have a news alert or something, right? And it doesn't matter what it is, but have something that you are relying on to give you current industry news to help you keep up with this. In very small ways, it's going to help you develop your mind, your pattern recognition, your approach to things, the way you state problems, the way you read other people's problems, the creativity that other people are applying, right? To be honest, for me, that's what I get the most out of it. When I read white papers or I read articles, I'm really just kind of looking to see if they have any creative twists, right? I mean, I don't care about like the techniques they're using because I probably know most of them. But I just want to know, like, you know, is this person doing something really creative with the data, right? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But that's really kind of one of the habits that I have found to be beneficial to just kind of keep up with the way the industry's going, right? So I'm encouraging you to do the same and, you know, kind of build on from there, okay? Yeah, analyzing everything using a DS it's a very good exercise. Yeah, Leo, I'm glad you found benefit in that. Because to me, if after a while, if you're kind of being a little bit of a geek about it, everything becomes data and algorithms around you, right? Like, just you start seeing numbers come out of nowhere. It's just, you start developing that side of your brain, right? And I think overall that carries into the work that you're going to do as a data scientist for your clients, for your companies. And again, coming back to our friend Anand, who was expressing fears about, AI taking over data science jobs. That's the stuff that AI can't do, right? That's the stuff that we as humans will still be the provider for that. Now, don't get me wrong. I realize that when I say that, I'm saying that almost like out of a place of fear, right? Like look for ways that so they can't replace you. That's not really my intent. My intent is just to say that there's other skills beyond programming to data science. Right? For those of you that are in the chat, looking for guidance, it's not about Python. It's not about math. It's not about algorithms. It's about you. Data science is a people science, not a math and algorithm science. Okay? So keep that in mind, guys. But look, I want to thank you for the time that we spent together. I hope that you enjoyed the article. Keep on coming back. I like to do these types of conversations with you because I think it's valuable. I think it's unique, right? But this is what actually happens in day-to-day data science. Okay? Kirti says, hi, Dennis. How are you? Hey, Kirti. How are you? Good to see you again. Glad to see that you're back. Welcome back. I'm doing well. Thank you. Doing well. We just finished looking at an article around the gaming industry, the online gaming industry. Looking at some of the stuff about some of the customer segmentation that happens. And again, that specific article caught my eye because customer segmentation is very powerful. So Kirti, welcome. Glad you're here. Hope that you're doing well. Leo says, happy I made it in time to see you all. Yeah, me too, Leo. Yeah, so Leo, we basically the stream starts at 10 a.m. your time in New York City. So yeah. All right, guys. So thank you so much. Really appreciate all of you. Keep on coming back. The daily streams are similar to this, where I take questions or we look at articles. And then on Sundays, if you want to come, That's where we do our longer session, our longer tutorial. Some people just come on Sundays because they enjoy the tutorials. And those tend to be multiple hours. We're in the middle of a series of building a project from scratch. You're welcome to join us from that. But until then, please take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and I'll see you next time.